we're so happy to have you on with us today because this is so exciting. You got the performance, and this is something that means so much to you. You spent years working on this and learning all the dances and everything. So tell us like how this came about because this is very, very special.
I bought the rights to this film 15 years ago. Every year I tried to get it made. They said no, and it took me 15 years to make. And every year they said no. I got better at tap dancing, and then the time was right. We made the film, and it's very timely.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, and of course, putting years into this. Look, I can't dance for anything. Drew, can you dance?
A little bit, not much for a brother. Not much rhythm.
But tap was something that you've been interested in for years.
How did you get involved in that? How did that start?
I bought the rights to the story, and the character is a tap dancer. So I just knew that I had to learn to do it right and to execute it properly.
Absolutely. And of course, what was the moment on set where you're just looking around going, okay, I did it? Because this was hard to pull off. I think I could have never done it.
Yeah. Every day was a miracle because people don't know how hard it is to even make a film these days, especially an indie film. And so to execute it and to pull it off, every day was a miracle. And I was just grateful the entire time. And here we are, and I can't wait, to get it out.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, this is actually what we may call a Hail Mary moment. Drew, ask about that.
Did you have a situation where your back might have been against the wall, didn't look like it might turn out with this movie like it has? Or even beyond that, your career? Was there a moment in your career where you had to say, man, this is the moment that I have to have, that Hail Mary moment where it looked like your back was to the wall, but you overcame that negative moment, and then, bam, here you are today.
Yeah, this is that moment. This is the Hail Mary.
This is it.
But at the same time, that Hail Mary is the odds are definitely against you. And with this particular one, I did everything I could to put myself in a position to win, which includes never playing the victim role ever, and you just kind of keep grinding until your moment is ready, and then when your moment's ready, you will step up. And if you never give up, you'll outlast everyone. And that's basically what this situation is.
I know.
Yeah.
I wish you could get in that Cowboy locker room and say that same thing to those Cowboy players right now. That they need that kind of they need to hear that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Micah Parsons needs to just get out there and crush it like we know he can. Yeah. And the rest of the guys, Dak went down, right? And so we got next man up.
Yeah. And
I love Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones, he was on Entourage, and he's such a legend, an absolute legend. And Jerry works hard and plays hard.
Yes.
And I think he, after we filmed, he stayed out in LA and did what he does in Dallas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the thing about Dallas that I love is it's just such a beautiful place where everyone's doing their thing and they give people their privacy. Mm-hmm. And in LA, it was a little different. And boy, Jerry got out of there fast. Time to leave. It's time to leave LA. We love Jerry. I think isn't Tyson fighting Jake Paul there in that stadium tomorrow?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. They're expecting a big crowd. 70,000 for this one.
Mm. Wow. Incredible.
Yeah. What do you think? I got Paul in this one. I don't know if Tyson's ready for this.
Oh.
What do you think?
Right.
Well, I mean, look, what must be very frustrating for Mike is, he's such an elite athlete and one of the greatest boxers of all time. And he looks at Jake and knows this is a big, young, strong kid who's
Yeah.
probably a really, really solid amateur. And Mike was the elite of the elite. And, Mike hasn't fought in 20 years. And, it's just going to be an interesting experiment to see, because we all, I want Mike to have a flashback. I want him,
Yeah.
to just have a flashback and go. I know that Jake probably bribed him and said, if you go past 5 rounds, we're going to give you, no, seriously, we'll give you
Yeah.
some extra money.
Yeah.
We'll give you some extra money if you go past 5 rounds, knowing the variable with Mike will be endurance. So, I think if Mike went out there, I think if Mike, put everything he had into a couple rounds, he could take the kid out. But if Mike goes for the money and gets greedy and tries to go, 8, 10 rounds, also, we don't know what Mike's camp was like. Did he have,
Yeah.
kids that could replicate, what it is to live in Puerto Rico, have access to stem cell and the best trainers money can buy. This kid is a big, strong kid who works really hard, works very hard, and gets
Yeah.
better with every fight. And he's no
Yep.
dummy. So look, it's a circus. We're all gonna watch. And Netflix, they're not dummies. They invested in this.
Well, I think we're going to see if he can take a punch, and we're going to see if Mike Tyson can still deliver that kind of punch. I think we'll see that. We'll find that out.
That's going to be fascinating.
Yeah, should be a good one.
Well, speaking of that fighter's mindset, you've been through all sides of the business, and you've done so well in all the film, TV, theater, and you're producing. What is it that you keep in mind that keeps you on the right path even when things are tough?
I think when it's like athletes, they have a finite amount of time to play, and Drew knows this, and the what, as an artist, you're just very lucky that you get to keep going and growing and evolving. You're never too old to contribute. So I mean, we're very lucky in that way. So I've been doing a lot of stand-up comedy, and I didn't think that it would inform my time in front of the camera as an actor, but they do all inform each other. No matter if you're performing in on stage doing stand-up, or I'm playing Harold May in the performance, it actually made me a better actor. So you do these different things and you challenge yourself. I mean, the two hardest things that I've done are, stand-up comedy now and tap dancing. So, and that's what's it keeps you young when you continuously are learning things. Your mind and your body are, they think that you're young again, and you're just kind of in that state of kind of growing and learning.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said. Well, and so many people look up to Jeremy, and so we gotta ask, because there's a lot of young people that watch the show. What kind of advice do you give to people that want to follow in your footsteps, because you've done it all and done it well?
I think that if you can take your ego out of the equation, and just work on anything you can, just even if it's a short film, help out with something, get on set, watch how people that know what they're doing, how they do it, how they handle themselves, how they navigate, and just log those hours. I do really believe in that Malcolm Gladwell theory about 10,000 hours. Get your reps in. Always get your reps in.
Amen.
Yeah.
That was very important to me as a wide receiver. With my quarterback, getting those reps over and over, and then letting that carry you to your performance on Sunday afternoon, running those same routes. And I did a lot of tap dancing myself along the sideline. Okay.
Absolutely. Who was your favorite quarterback that threw to you?
Roger Staubach. Roger Staubach. I played 8 seasons with Roger and 3 with Danny White. And Roger can make Stevie Wonder a Hall of Famer. That's how good he was.
He could really put the ball anywhere, huh?
Oh, yeah. He was accurate, and he threw it hard. And you know what that meant? That meant you had time to catch it and get ready to take that hit instead of it being bang, bang. Makes a big difference. And that's why I still can talk nowadays, because I was able to have that kind of quarterback.
What, out of
Made a big
curiosity,
difference.
what do you think honestly is going on with my Bears?
Oh man.
I don't know. The Bears seem to have trouble drafting quarterbacks or having young quarterbacks come through. Here's the latest in the. I don't know if you could see that. That's the latest in the USA Today. All right,
What
Williams.
is it? I can't see
Williams,
the
the
headline.
latest
What does it say?
quarterback fall into the Bear trap.
Yeah.
So whatever that is, Justin Fields, Mitch Trubisky, remember those guys? You know. And so here's the deal. When I was coming through as an undrafted free agent, I made it to the last cut with the Cowboys, and they cut me, and they put me on waivers. And guess who claimed me? The Chicago Bears. And the Cowboys had 24 hours to reclaim me. And thank God they did, okay? Because I
So you
would
got
have
a
been playing
special,
with Bob.
a
Remember
special
Bobby
place,
Douglas? You remember Bobby
Bobby
Douglas?
Douglas. Yeah,
I would have been playing with him instead of Roger Staubach.
yeah, and you'd be working at the Wiener Circle right now with a hairnet on, selling curly fries in Schaumburg.
Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. I know that.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Do you think? I mean, I'm trying to figure out the variable. Look, Caleb Williams, Justin Fields. That they are two past quarterbacks, and they're both incredibly talented. And guys like Tom Brady have come out and said, "Look, they're not giving these kids a chance." Guys like Brady, they were apprenticing the job for years, and
Yeah.
they put these kids in right away, and they have to kind of adapt and learn systems, and they're exposed. You think that's a variable?
Oh, absolutely. And a lot of times it's the coordinators too. They haven't done anything. They haven't developed any superstar quarterbacks or anything like that. So maybe their philosophies aren't in tune with what's needed, to develop quarterbacks. Maybe it's them. And a lot of times these young quarterbacks come in, you got to ground them. They think they know everything. But this NFL game is a little different than a college game. All right. And we ain't going to class and then practice every day. This is all these guys do every day. And the defensive coordinators, all they do all day, every day is try to stop you, come up with ways to stop you. And so it's difficult. You got to be prepared to play in the NFL, not just today, but even when back in the day when I played. It's the same thing. That game is so tough that you got to be at the maximum level on all parts of the game to have any kind of success. And then you have to have some luck on your side.
Yeah. Who's your favorite wide receiver today?
My favorite is the Tampa receiver, Mike Evans.
Why is that?
You know why? Consistent. I think 9 straight years over 1,000 yards. He comes to play every game. He catches the inside. It's clutch catches, Then the other one, of course, is the guy wearing number 88 now, CD Lamb, with the Cowboys. Yeah. He had a phenomenal season last season, 107 catches, 18, 17 touchdowns, whatever. He lived up to the 88s and the 88 club. But he's having trouble this year simply because they got nothing to support him. They got no weapons. He's the only receiver they got, really, that has any value or can put any fear in the defensive coordinator's heart as he prepares for the Cowboys. So, but they throw the ball a lot more. Back in the day, if we threw it 25 times in a game, 30 times, that means we were coming back from losing, mostly when I came through, it was a running back league. You think of all the great running backs, Peyton Dorsett, John Riggins and guys like that playing at that time. So you didn't throw the football that much. But now, because of the rule changes, you could throw that ball downfield. But Mike Evans, that guy is consistent. He comes to play each and every year and 1,000-yard career season every year.
And do you think Baker Mayfield is a little underrated? Like he's pretty solid?
Yeah. He's a guy that can throw to me anytime. All right. He can bring it. Okay.
That's
awesome.
Awesome.
He can bring it. And he's going to prove it. He continues to prove it. People just like to, for some reason, like to be negative toward Baker.
Well, I think it's because I think it's because Baker is very confident. And I think that confidence in today's climate is received as arrogance.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and he was just out there doing his thing, and he's a good looking kid and he works his ass off. And they gave him some commercials, and everyone was like, bro, you got more commercials than touchdowns, bro. It's like, okay, yeah. Well, would you turn down those commercials? No, you wouldn't.
No.
So, yeah.
I'd
Anyway,
rather have a quarterback that's confident. All right.
yeah,
Even
yeah,
if it's
yeah.
bordering against arrogance, okay? Because of that position, you need to have that. You need to have a certain amount of that. You know what I'm saying? Even Roger Staubach, as Christian and straightforward as he is, he had that arrogance, that swagger. You know, you got to
Yeah,
have
and
that.
we also didn't have social media when Roger Staubach was playing, or when Michael
Coach Leonard
Jordan was
went
playing.
crazy.
Absolutely. But
Okay,
we're
now I got to go to work.
yes.
Yeah, we do
Okay.
too.
Well, to close it out, tell us, you know, what do you want people to take away from this movie? Because it's beautiful, and I think depending on what people have been through, they may get something different out of it.
You know, the performance is definitely the best work of my life.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons I took it is because, yeah, it was insanely challenging and I didn't know if I could pull it off. But there's a moment in the movie where it's revealed, and I can't, you know, give away too much, but how insane anti-Semitism is, hatred, racism, whatever misguided ways that people can kind of fall into. It illustrates it in a way that you can't tell people. There's no way to do it. You have to tell the story, and that's the beautiful thing about storytelling is you kind of forget where you are and you're watching this story, and that's how I can contribute to this conversation by doing what I do and telling this story. So they're going to see it, and you're going to sit with it and try, and you're going to have to think where you're coming from. And so it's going to make people think. And it's not didactic. It's a great, fun, wild movie that people are holding their breath. And, you know, December 27th, it comes out. Go see it. I'll come to Dallas and visit you guys.
Yes,
Please do. All right.
Come to a game.
I
Hopefully
still have some lateral movement, so I'll cover you on a nice little post pattern.
You better be in shape, man.
I'm ready.
I'll run an out and up on you.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Love it.
Take
man.
care.
Thank you so much.
Thank
See
you,
you
sir.
guys.